Once upon a time, in a small, remote village, there lived a young man named Adam. His village was isolated from the outside world, and English was a language that only existed in books and movies. Adam had always been curious about the world beyond his village, but with no formal education and no one around him who could teach him, he resigned himself to living a life without ever knowing the language that seemed to open doors everywhere else. Adam's family was poor, and his parents worked hard to make ends meet, so there was never money for extra resources like books or language lessons. Despite the hardship, Adam was always eager to learn. He loved to listen to the radio every evening, as it was one of the few forms of entertainment they had in the village. One day, while tuning into the local station, Adam discovered a new program, an English language storytelling show that aired every night. At first, Adam could barely understand the stories. The words seemed like a jumble of strange sounds. But something inside him stirred, and he felt an inexplicable desire to understand. He would listen intently, even though the words were foreign, and try to catch a few here and there. "What does it mean? How do they speak like that?" he wondered. The next evening, he made a decision. He would try to learn, no matter how difficult it was. Adam didn't have any formal resources to help him, but he had something more important: determination. Every night, he sat by the small radio in his room, jotting down any English words he could hear. He didn't know how to pronounce them, but he repeated them over and over, trying to match them with the sounds he heard. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Adam's dedication started to pay off. He began to understand a little more with each passing day. The stories, once full of confusion, started to make sense. He was able to pick up words he had never heard before, and he started forming simple sentences. As his vocabulary grew, so did his confidence. But there was still one problem. Adam had no one to practice speaking English with. One day, while walking through the village, Adam overheard a conversation between two travelers. They were speaking in English. His heart raced. It was the moment he had been waiting for. Gathering all his courage, Adam approached them and asked, "Excuse me, could you help me with my English?" The travelers were surprised at first, but quickly realized that Adam's English, though far from perfect, was good enough to communicate. They began speaking with him, and Adam eagerly absorbed every word. He asked questions, practiced pronunciation, and repeated the phrases they taught him. The travelers, seeing his determination, spent the entire afternoon with him. This interaction changed everything for Adam. He no longer felt isolated in his quest to learn. He had learned the power of conversation, and through it, he began to refine his skills. Every day, Adam practiced his English by reading books, listening to the radio, and speaking with anyone willing to engage with him. Over time, his ability to speak the language improved dramatically. As the years passed, Adam became fluent in English. He started writing his own stories in English, inspired by the radio tales that had sparked his journey. His writing gained attention, and soon he was able to publish a book. The same radio program that had once been a distant dream now became the inspiration for his writing. But Adam's journey wasn't just about learning a language. It was about the power of self-belief and perseverance. Despite the odds, Adam had taught himself English, using nothing but a radio and his determination. And as he shared his stories with the world, he realized that the true magic of learning was not in the words themselves, but in the doors they opened to new experiences, new friends, and new opportunities. Through the radio stories, Adam had discovered not just a new language, but a new life. And he knew that no matter how far he had come, the journey would never truly end. There was always more to learn, more to explore, and more to share with the world. And no matter how challenging the path may seem, with determination, self-belief, and the right resources, even something as simple as a radio story, anything is possible. Adam's journey is a testament to the transformative power of language and the strength of the human spirit.